Let's be honest. The moment you pull into a Hyundai service center, you're stepping into a world designed to separate you from your money as efficiently as possible. And before you start thinking this is just another rant about mechanics, it's not. Hyundai makes genuinely good cars. Their warranty programs are among the best in the industry. Their engineering has come a long way. But the service experience? That's a completely different story. And today we're going to pull back the curtain on everything they don't put on the service menu. Whether you're driving a brand new Tucson, a trusty Elantra, or a high-end Genesis that shares a platform with Hyundai vehicles, what you're about to hear applies to you. These are the things technicians know, service advisors are trained not to mention, and that the company would rather you never figure out. So buckle up, because we're going deep. Number 1. The recommended service is not always required. The very first thing Hyundai service centers don't tell you is the difference between what is required and what is merely recommended. When your service advisor slides a checklist across the desk with items like fuel system cleaning, throttle body service, or cabin air filter replacement flagged at every single visit, understand that most of those are not mandatory for your warranty to remain valid. Your actual maintenance requirements are spelled out in your owner's manual. That document, not the advisor's verbal recommendation, is the law of the land. Hyundai's warranty cannot be voided simply because you declined a fuel injector flush that costs $150. The manufacturer specifies what needs to be done and at what interval. Everything else is upsell. Now, some of those extra services genuinely do benefit your vehicle over time, but the problem is that they're presented as urgent necessities rather than optional enhancements. Nobody tells you that you could buy a cabin air filter at any auto parts store for $12 and snap it in yourself in under 5 minutes. Nobody tells you that, and that silence is worth hundreds of dollars to the dealership every single year. Number 2. Extended warranties sold at the dealer are almost never worth it. When you buy a new Hyundai, someone at that dealership is going to try to sell you an extended warranty before you even get out the finance office door. They'll frame it as protecting your investment and throw scary numbers at you about what a transmission replacement costs. And they are not lying. Those repairs are expensive. But what they don't tell you is that the extended warranty they're selling has more exclusions than a tax return. The factory warranty that comes standard on a new Hyundai, 5 years or 60,000 miles bumper to bumper, and 10 years or 100,000 miles on the powertrain, is genuinely exceptional. It's one of the best in the segment. That means, for the average driver who keeps a car for 6 or 7 years and drives around 12,000 miles annually, the factory warranty alone may cover the entire period of ownership without ever needing an extension. The extended warranties sold at dealerships are often administered by third-party companies. They may have different claim procedures, different definitions of what constitutes a covered failure, and significantly longer approval processes when something does go wrong. Read the fine print, and you'll find terms like consequential damage and pre-existing conditions that give them enormous flexibility to deny a claim. The dealership earns a commission on every extended warranty it sells. Keep that in mind when the finance manager acts like it's the most important decision of your life. Number 3. You don't have to use dealer-priced oil. This one surprises a lot of people. Hyundai service centers charge premium prices for oil changes, and they rely on the assumption that you believe using anything other than their in-house service will somehow void your warranty or damage your engine. Neither of those things is true. The Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act in the United States is federal law, and it explicitly protects consumers from exactly this kind of coercion. A manufacturer cannot void your warranty simply because you changed your oil at an independent shop or even did it yourself, as long as you used oil that meets the manufacturer's specifications. For most modern Hyundai engines, that means a full synthetic oil meeting the GF6A or API-SP standard in the correct viscosity, usually 0W20 or 5W30 depending on your engine. You can have your oil changed at a reputable independent shop for significantly less than what the dealer charges. You can even do it yourself for the cost of a few quarts of quality synthetic oil and a filter. The only thing Hyundai genuinely requires is that you keep records proving the maintenance was done. A receipt from an auto parts store, a note in your logbook, that's your protection. The dealer doesn't need to be involved. Number 4. The multi-point inspection is a sales tool. Every Hyundai dealer will perform what they call a multi-point inspection when your car comes in for any service. They'll hand you a colorful printout with green, yellow, and red categories and tell you your vehicle needs attention in several areas. It looks thorough, professional, and alarming. That's by design. What they don't tell you is that this inspection is as much a sales document as it is a technical report. The technician who walks around your car and checks boxes has a financial incentive to find things. Service departments operate on a model where technicians are often paid on flat-rate hours, meaning the more jobs they generate, the more money they make. This doesn't mean every finding is fabricated, but it does mean you should approach the yellow and red categories with healthy skepticism. When something shows up on that inspection sheet, ask for the car to be put on a lift and shown to you directly. Ask to see the specific component they're concerned about. Any honest shop will do this without hesitation. If they're evasive or seem put off by the request, that tells you something important. A cabin air filter that's showing wear is very different from a brake pad that's genuinely down to 3 millimeters. Learn to ask the follow-up questions that reveal which is which. Number 5. Labor times are standardized and often inflated. Here's something mechanics know and rarely discuss with customers. Labor in a dealership is billed at what's called a flat rate, a standardized amount of time that has been pre-assigned to every service job. If the book says replacing a water pump takes 3 hours, you get billed for 3 hours, even if the technician gets it done in 90 minutes, because he's done it 100 times before. These flat rate times are set by the manufacturer or by industry labor guides and are typically estimated based on average conditions. The problem is that an experienced, efficient technician at a high-volume dealership can frequently beat those times substantially on common repairs. He gets paid for 3 hours. You pay for 3 hours. And yet, the work took 90 minutes. Nobody tells you this because there's no obligation to. When you're getting a quote for a major repair, it's worth calling an independent Hyundai specialist in your area. These are shops that work exclusively on Korean brands, have the same diagnostic tools, access to genuine or OEM quality parts, and often charge significantly lower labor rates than the franchise dealership. They don't have the overhead of a showroom floor, sales managers, and a marketing budget. That savings gets passed along in ways that can make a major repair several $100s cheaper without any reduction in quality. Number 6. Genuine parts aren't always superior. The dealership will almost always insist on using what they call genuine Hyundai parts, and they'll charge you accordingly. What they don't explain is the complex reality of how automotive parts are actually manufactured and distributed. Many of the parts that Hyundai puts in the box with their logo on it are made by the same third-party suppliers who also sell those exact components under OEM or aftermarket labels at a fraction of the price. Brake pads, filters, belts, hoses, sensors, and countless other components are sourced from global suppliers. The part that costs $40 at an auto parts store branded as OEM quality may have literally rolled off the same production line as the $80 version with a Hyundai sticker on the packaging. This doesn't apply universally. There are absolutely components where using a genuine Hyundai part matters. Certain software-integrated modules, proprietary sensors, and emission control components come to mind. But for the bread-and-butter maintenance items that make up the majority of service visits, the quality difference between genuine and OEM equivalent parts is often negligible, while the price difference is anything but. Number 7. Hyundai's warranty has been subject to significant legal scrutiny. This is one that the service center will absolutely never bring up. Hyundai, along with its sister brand Kia, has faced serious and well-documented issues related to engine failures, particularly involving their Theta 2 and new engines used across many popular models from roughly 2011 through 2019. These failures, related to manufacturing defects in connecting rod bearings, have been the subject of class action lawsuits, NHTSA investigations, and multiple recall campaigns. What many owners don't know is that they may be entitled to compensation, extended coverage, or reimbursement for out-of-pocket repairs they already paid for. Hyundai has at various times extended coverage for affected engines, offered reimbursement programs, and settled class action suits with provisions that benefit vehicle owners. But the service center is not going to bring this up when you come in. They're not going to tell you to check whether your VIN qualifies for extended engine coverage before they quote you for an expensive repair. Before you authorize any significant powertrain repair on an affected model year, check your VIN on the NHTSA website and Hyundai's own recall page. It takes 3 minutes and could save you thousands of dollars. Number 8. The service advisor works on commission. This is perhaps the most important structural truth about dealership service departments, and it's the one that explains almost everything else on this list. Your service advisor is not a disinterested party. In most dealerships, service advisors earn a base salary plus a commission tied to the total dollar value of work they sell. This means every conversation you have with them about your car is, at some level, a sales conversation. This doesn't make them dishonest by nature. Many service advisors are knowledgeable, experienced, and genuinely trying to help you keep your car running well. But the incentive structure creates a systematic pressure to recommend more rather than less, to frame optional services as urgent, and to keep the repair order total moving in the right direction. Understanding this doesn't mean you should distrust every word they say. It means you should verify before authorizing anything significant. Get second opinions on major repairs. Do your own research on service intervals before walking in. Know what your car actually needs based on the owner's manual before the conversation begins. When you walk in informed, the entire dynamic of the service interaction changes. Advisors can tell when a customer knows what they're talking about, and the conversation tends to become considerably more straightforward. Number 9. Tire upsells are among the most profitable items in the service department. Tires are a major profit center in dealership service departments, and the pitch often comes during that multi-point inspection we discussed earlier. You'll be told your tires are at a certain tread depth, and that replacement is advisable, sometimes before the tires are anywhere close to genuinely unsafe levels. What the service advisor won't tell you is that you should always price tires independently before agreeing to a dealership installation. Tire prices from online retailers like Tire Rack or Discount Tire Direct, combined with local installation fees, are frequently 15 to 30% less than what a dealership charges for the same tires. Dealers also earn higher margins on certain tire brands they've partnered with, which can influence which options get recommended to you. If you do need tires, buy them elsewhere and pay a shop to mount and balance them. The dealership may push back subtly, suggesting their installation includes special alignment checks or road hazard warranties, but these same protections are usually available at independent tire shops for comparable or lower prices. Number 10. Diagnostic fees can and should be negotiated. When you bring a Hyundai in for a check engine light or an unfamiliar noise, the dealer will charge a diagnostic fee, typically somewhere between $100 and $150, just to plug in a scanner or put the car on a lift and listen. What they often don't tell you is that this fee is frequently waived or applied toward the repair cost if you authorize the work with them. The key is to ask explicitly before they start the diagnosis what the policy is. In many service departments, the diagnostic fee is automatically credited toward the final repair bill. If they don't do this by default, it's a reasonable negotiating point. If you're taking the car elsewhere after the diagnosis, you will almost certainly pay the full fee. But if you're planning to have them perform the repair anyway, there's no harm in asking upfront whether the diagnostic charge rolls into the total. Also worth knowing, for vehicles still under warranty, Hyundai-related diagnostic work is covered. You should never pay an out-of-pocket diagnostic fee for a symptom that turns out to be a covered warranty issue. If they find a problem covered by warranty after charging you for diagnosis, that fee should be reversed. Push back if it isn't. The bottom line. Look, the goal here isn't to make you paranoid every time you pull into a service bay. Most technicians are skilled professionals who take pride in their work, and Hyundai as a brand has earned a lot of trust over the past 2 decades of dramatically improved reliability and engineering. But the service business model at franchise dealerships creates pressures and incentives that don't always align with your best interests as a vehicle owner. The single most powerful thing you can do is walk in prepared. Know your owner's manual. Know your vehicle's service history. Know what your warranty actually covers, and never feel pressured to approve anything on the spot. A genuine mechanical issue with your car isn't going to get dramatically worse in the 24 hours it takes you to go home. Research the repair, get a second opinion, and come back with a clear decision. Your car is a significant investment. The way you manage its maintenance and repair determines how long it serves you and how much it costs you along the way. Now, you know what the service center wasn't going to tell you. Use it well.